doesn't get any bigger than this. Some of the top teams, arguably the top teams from both regions, ready to do battle. Final Carper, you will be joining me for this one. I don't know about you, but I'm buzzing for this.
It's like my morning coffee. I didn't really take any because I knew we get to start off with a game like this. DIGNITAS and NRG. It's a matchup that I think we all wanted pretty much from the beginning of the season. And the fact that we get to kick off day 2 with it should be quite a way to start the day. There's a lot that we saw yesterday that we were both happy with and not so happy with. You heard on the desk saying that maybe DIGNITAS, at least Yummy was talking about, DIGNITAS, not the whole roster really showing up, and that's definitely a fear, because that kind of gets in your head when you're in a live setting. NRG, we saw Justin, people were worried about him, but he decides to end the day with a double touch to seal the series for his team. I'm looking forward to it. I
actually feel like there was a case of, because there was so much attention on Justin, it helped out the rest of the team, because if we had anyone else there, the questions would have been on Fireburner and Garrett, as they have not really had the greatest performances, but because Justin was around and because there was so much attention on him, they were allowed to really settle into their roles and just go, okay, well, we can just play. Justin, soak it up. Now, what I wanted to point out is that Justin yesterday, I saw him downstairs. He was all the way down there. He was mingling whilst the other teams were playing. He was sat down, chilling out, and because at the time, nobody knew his face. Nobody knew who he was. I guarantee you he didn't do that today, because now everybody knows his face. Everyone knows who he is. You only got to do it once, but I think he's feeling comfortable now.
And speaking of the matchup, I mean, just talking to some players, something that DIGNITAS does really well is they pre-jump. They're so quick to the ball. They're really, honestly, one of the fastest reactors in the entire world. But when you look at NRG, we saw how often they slowed the ball down yesterday. They were very comfortable when they had the space to slow it down. And that could really outpace DIGNITAS.
Now off the backboard, we're going to start this match off with good pressure coming out from NRG, but finally the clear from DIGNITAS down to the other end of the pitch. Saw some very low-scoring games yesterday, so the first goal could be crucial. I'm looking towards NRG to try and force some challenges, but now K-Dop has the ball loose. Garrett tries to get it out. Also looking towards those 2 mid boosts. K-Dop going to be forced to try and push the ball over to the corner. Follow up now, straight into the middle. Panda, there he is, contested. Turbopulse is not a good spot here. Justin all the way down, off the crossbar, follower! First blood to NRG.
This challenge from Garrett right in front of the net, beautifully delayed to push that right over the defender. And you mentioned it, Turbopulse, and not in a great place to start off that save. Justin and Fireburner, they turned it on the moment they needed to. Garrett G retreated to be their safety, and that's going to be 1 goal up for NRG.
Perfect start for NRG. One of the North American favorites coming into this tournament. Many of the teams yesterday name-dropping them as the team to beat. They're currently up against the reigning world champions in DIGNITAS. K-Dop will miss. Panda going to try to play over to the side. He had Turbopulse to aim for, but it was intercepted nice and early. These passing plays now coming out. Everybody committing from both teams. DIGNITAS control the ball, but Panda's touch not good enough. That is going to allow a booming clear to come out from Garrett. And this is going to be a big challenge here between both these teams. Who can control immediate the passes? Both teams like to control the ball around and get these fluid passes off.
DIGNITAS needs to be able to get the control for those quick passes they're looking for, to get those pre-jumps and to make sure they can send it over to a teammate. But NRG, we know how great they are at challenging, and especially their 50-50s. Fireburner having that title of the 50-50 god, so they're going to have to get through those players first.
Panda is beat. There's number 2!
3 defenders there. I didn't think Justin would find the hole for this. Fireburner clearing that over 1. Justin just turning around, stealing some boost, taking the shot. Panda would have thought he would have got a touch on that.
This is the second time DIGNITAS have thought that they've got more time than they actually do. They need to get off the ball cam, take a quick look around, because they can guarantee now NRG are looking to steal a boost and just turn and maintain their pressure. That's where they've got their 2 opening goals. So now with 3 minutes remaining, DIGNITAS find themselves trailing. There's the shot, but Fireburner not only gets to save, but he pre-jumps for it.
Garrett G pre-jumped that so hard, looking for Turbo, trying to give them a taste of their own medicine.
Justin now. Fireburner is just behind him. He's going to try and take it by himself, forcing Turbo up. K-Dop will be unchallenged up in the air. Garrett looked like he struggled to come forward for this. There's a shooting opportunity. Turbopulse off the backboard. Scramble defense time, but Justin just takes his time, taps the ball away, but NRG are still on defense. K-Dop and Violent Panda creating contact between their two cars. Slows down the pace too much. NRG have escaped without any real pressure on their nets.
Double commit there from Dignitas. 2 defenders coming in for that.
Turbopulsar blasts the ball long. Justin gets it past, but there's going to be a big block there from Turbo. Violent Panda off the backboard. Who can turn around? Turbo is there. Oh, we're down to a 1-goal game.
Look at this jump to try and stuff out this defensive clear from Garrett. Look at how quickly Violent Panda came up for that, and at that point, Turbo just wants to follow that through. Violent actually almost saved that. That would have been a little unfortunate.
Well, the name of the game so far has been catching out the defense with a big old block. Both times, these boom and clears have not worked for either side. There's going to be a shot. That's almost on target, forcing K-Dop to get there for the save. Justin tries to set up the 2-goal lead, but an incredible save follow-up. You can't do anything about that.
I mean, look at the angle here from Justin. You're not going to be able to make much out of this save. He manages to put it just under the crossbar. Violent Panda, while that was a good save, he's not going to be able to make much of it. Can't push it to the corner, and the follow-through from Fireburner give them another 2-goal lead.
The comeback was there for just a momentary second, but NRG quickly put the fire down. There's a lot of whiffs from Dignitas in this opening game. They've got to shut that down because NRG are happy to swarm. They're happy to put multiple players forward. Turbo. Touch is not great. This is an incredibly slow attempt at a transition, but the big block from Violent Panda does mean that the ball will see the orange side. Justin struggling just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I don't think he was aware Violent Panda actually had no boost, so he had plenty of time for that. No one would have challenged him for quite some time.
Big challenge win from Justin. NRG just needs to keep this ball away from their side, and they will pick up game number 1. But yet another mistouch from Dignitas. They've got no one around to follow up their own touches. Now Fireburner can be first here. 1 minute now remaining on the clock, and there's going to be off the crossbar. Still dangerous, but Turbopulsar clears. Violent Panda going to put it straight back into the danger zone for Turbo to get yet another clearing ball.
Perfect timing on that clear too. Dignitas, everyone was 20 boost and under when that clear came.
Violent Panda going to force to rotate back. It's Fireburner just going to try and put forward some basic Rocket League right now. The more time they waste, the better. You can see, usually NRG would love to go for a passing play, but instead Garrett's going to be happy just to do all the work himself. Their follow-up shot from Fireburner will not find the net. Now 20 seconds, NRG closing down on game 1.
I love the way NRG are choosing their challenges right there. They know when the 50-50s are worth it, and they know when they should drop back and try and make a better attempt at it.
10 seconds remaining. K-Dop looking for the clear. Not really going to go too far, and I do believe that will seal it. NRG, as the crowd counts down from 10, will seal game number 1.
Looking to try and put the reigning world champions into the lower bracket here. In the first game of Gate 2, they got it.
Did you hear the crowd? They managed to hold it for a very long time.
The first game of day 2 and NRG take the first game 2 goals up. They had a dominating show and even shots here between the two of them. I do the math real quick. It's over 10 to about 6. Yeah. There's your math for you.
You managed to do it well. I'm impressed. You're getting better at this.
I don't know if I'd call that well. I just gave you 2 vague numbers.
You would usually get that wrong.
That's also true.
Okay, an improvement is an improvement. And NRG looking solid. It looks like they may be even better than they were yesterday. Just right up in Dignitas' faces.
I think solid's a great way to describe it. I mean, they're all just playing the exact roles they need to. They're not missing anything. Their challenges are perfect. They're getting the 50-50 wins they need to. And I got to mention it a little bit. I'd like to talk to you a little about it, Shogun. They know exactly when they should go for it, when they have a pretty good chance of winning a 50-50 or at least making it, you know, an actual 50-50. But then they know exactly when they should drop back.
Yes.
They know when they've actually put Dignitas in a space where they just need to clear for boost. And they're like, you know what? We've taken enough boost out of you guys. You've all got about, what, probably 20 apiece. You're just going to clear it. I'm going to drop back too. I'll get boost, and then I'll just counterattack immediately again. And they really just suffocated Dignitas. They weren't able to gain a lot of control.
Well, it is definitely a case of being comfortable with your teammates, because when you do just decide to turn around and not fully rotate back, it's a case of you are relying on the fact that none of your teammates are also coming up for this challenge. So if you do that, you've committed to, you're leaving one person back. But as we're going to get ourselves into game number 2, Utopia Coliseum will be the venue as a shot from Violent Panda, almost a perfect start. But NRG committing to get the save. Team Dignitas looking to light a fire in this matchup as they try to rebound from their Game 1 loss. Now Fireburner gets the ball out. It's going to be a boom there from Violent Panda. Going to go off the crossbar. Follow-up is going to be slow. There's Turbo Pulsar. Another big save from Garrett, but the danger has not gone away. Violent Panda looking for Garrett. A lovely flick up as well. We finally see it only momentarily in the blue side. Team Dignitas cannot afford to be caught sleeping and think that they can push too far forward. Now K-Dot off the backboard. Garrett tried to fake it out, but he managed to cover. There's just a flail from Turbo Pulsar. He's not going to be able to do anything with this. Still got some boost, though. Goes for the challenge. Now K-Dot, he's whiffed the ball. There's going to be another goal.
K-Dot must have run out of boost during this challenge because there's no way K-Dot would miss a save like this.
He did, just out of position.
He was out of position. He tried to go up for that, but he wasn't able to get the trajectory on it. He had about 30 boost when that went by him. You don't see that often out of K-Dot, and we heard the desk talk about it. Do we think K-Dot's off this game?
Definitely is an argument to be made for it right now. Yet again, NRG picking up an early goal. Infield pass, immediately red. That will be the goal to tie us up.
Talk about a way to turn it around.
As Turbo Pulsar yet again. He was solid yesterday, and he's going to try and step up right now.
Just seconds later, he's able to challenge them at that midfield. I mean, off of kickoff, we're talking about how wonky the positioning is for about 5 seconds immediately off of kickoff. Everyone looking for boost. Everyone trying to put themselves in the best place, hopefully, to get the first attack. But there you go, Turbo Pulsar getting that midfield challenge.
Over to the corner. Another miss from K-Dop. He's not reading the game very well. Dignitas will be happy to try and get some goals on him, make him feel a little bit more comfortable. Now Violent Panda on the wall. Will get beat by Garrett, who tries to pull up his own touch. It's ludicrous that you can even have the thought about doing that. Slowing down the pace now. Violent Panda up yet again. Been a part of this play for a very long time. K-Dop puts the shot on target, but Garrett recovers. I think he was being hounded by Turbo Pulsar in the back.
That was a second bump as well. Dignitas, both those last shots they just had, they had someone trying to bump net as well.
Oh, that's another bad save, and there's the follow-up. What is happening in defense?
I honestly don't know. I mean, these shots are all on target, which is definitely forcing defense, but Turbo Pulsar and K-Dop both going for that. I'd like to think Turbo had the better touch. He could have put you to the corner. K-Dop maybe thinking there was no other choice. Maybe he's getting in his own head. This is so uncharacteristic of him.
Usually the comms for this team is very quiet. They allow themselves to come through with their own natural chemistry. When stuff like this happens, you've got to start talking right now and make sure you get yourself back to basics. Still plenty of time left. 3 minutes and 1 goal separates. Infield pass, Violent Panda! You don't hit them much cleaner.
I mean, they get the demolition. They're starting to play more aggressive. Turbo, the moment he sees Garrett retreating back, he can keep it out of sight of him. He knew Justin was respawning. Once he saw them both out of reach, Violent Panda, the striker, keeping it a tie game.
Those infield passes so deadly because you've got the whole game goal to aim at. And can always get just such a powerful shot off. And there's going to be a miss as well. Turbo can get himself up. Does block. Faked out. Garrett, pass 1. He's got 2. Is there anyone back? Yes, Turbo Pulsar finally there. He's going to try and turn around. Shot off that post. Follow-up is there, but Violent Panda shuts it down. Now Violent Panda will be forced to turn around and watch as the rest of NRG tries to keep us going, but there's another big clear. K-Dop forcing the challenge. End-to-end gameplay off the backboard. K-Dop is there, but he was going to get beat by Garrett, who gets a second touch. A crucial one as well. Take the ball away. Dignitas starting to feel their groove, starting to ramp up the momentum, and now K-Dop is increasing his amount of challenges. He's not going for a one-touch game anymore. He wants to control the ball. That's a big clear. Here's Garrett. He's got it all the way down. That's going to be dangerous. The ball bouncing off the roof can sometimes throw players off. Lovely flick on. Turbo, he's probably got infield options. He does go for it. Violent Panda again. This time, another double commit, but it is saved, and that's the crucial thing.
Justin's only got 4 boost. Garrett G 13. They're able to get the clear, buy themselves some more time. Matter of fact, put a shot on net.
Oh, no way, Violent Panda. Phenomenal touch. K-Dop straight down to Turbo off the crossbar. Follow up from K-Dop. It's so slow, it's not in. We continue playing. And now to the other end of the pitch. Turbo is bumped, but he's managed to completely mess up Fireburner. Still 2 goals apiece. Game 2 has got everything to play for.
The composure on both of these teams, no matter what's coming on them on defense, they're still able to always turn it around and somehow get counterattacks when it looks like they've got nothing left.
Infield, once again, this time it will not be found. Violent Panda turning into a target man for Team Dignitas. Fireburner, he's going to struggle with this one. Maybe an opportunity to follow up. Here is K-Dub off the post. They need to get a goal on him.
K-Dub needed to make that shot. He had the time for it. He had the boost. I'm so surprised he missed it.
K-Dub now passes it straight off. Turbo Pulse's shot is red. K-Dub will be beat. Violent Panda also challenge. Garrett is just so good. Justin with a fake as well. You've got this much money on the line. You've got this much prestige on the line, and you choose to fake it? Off the crossbar, Fireburner, he's got a shot to aim for. Almost managed to outread them. Final opportunity, who's it going to fall to? Turbo wants to get a ball into the corner. I think he'll be happy to see overtime.
Nice carry from Justin.
He's also got options around.
Justin!
He takes the whole way. Off the backboard, here's Violent Panda. Maybe one more opportunity. No, both teams happy to see extra time.
Woo! Just when it looked like he was trying to kill it, he manages to make it a threatening opportunity onto Dignitas.
Now Garrett flicks on. Violent Panda once again on the backboard. Been very consistent so far. Now Justin, his shot is going to try and trouble K-Dub. Right down the middle, K-Dub will not struggle with that one. Very loose touches coming out from NRG. Had the most success when going for very short plays, trying to force a challenge. NRG can take the win here. They force themselves into match points. Here's the infield pass. Turbo will be there instead. He chooses not to take the shot, takes out the two players. Going to allow K-Dub to start rotating in.
Clear up to Fireburner.
This is the reason why you leave someone down the middle as well. Gives you so many options to get rid. But here's Turbo Pulsar. He's got just about there, but so has Justin. And now Garrett. One-on-one. He's got time for this, but he's gone for the long route. And there's a big miss. Justin forced to keep the pressure on himself. Garrett flicks up high. Wants his team back into the rotation. Turbo's touch. Not going to inspire confidence. K-Dub now up. NRG settling themselves down to keep the offensive going for as long as they possibly can.
Dignitas all under 50 boost.
Oh, this double bump as well, but Justin can't make contact. Off the backboard, Turbo Pulsar will be the recipient. Fireburner all the way down. Tried to find himself a block in midair, but now it's NRG who have had pressure for so long. There's a miss from Violent Panda. Fireburner, infield pass, Garrett. Pretty close, can't get much power, but he's got a double tap! Not on target! Dignitas, I don't know how much longer they can hold off for. They finally got the ball out of their sight.
Shots even across the board.
Oh, Panda's incredibly close to this, but he will be able to beat Garrett to that ball. Now Panda, he's still got so much boost. He wins the 50. Can now start chasing this even further. Infield pass is chosen. Shot off the post. Another one from Turbo Pulsar, shut down.
The defender just barely making it time while the counterattack makes something. Garrett G just can't make it, a little out of reach.
How close has it come? Now we watch as Team Dignitas have flipped the switch. They now control the field. K-Dub suddenly starting to look much more confident in himself. Violent Panda now off the backboard. Justin going to try and get there. He hasn't quite got a great touch. It's going to be Violent Panda against Garrett.
He's got no boost.
Have you seen Garrett today? I would still be scared.
Fair.
Here is K-Dub. Can't quite get it past, but here's Turbo Pulsar. He's got options. Chooses backboard. Garrett trying to get himself up there in time, and he does tap the ball away.
It's a great touch from Turbo as well. Two teammates are dedicated. Violent Panda last man back. The challenge from Justin.
NRG just happy to challenge absolutely everything. There's a big challenge win there from Violent Panda. K-Dub puts the shot over. It's low boost, I believe, on NRG. Seen two different players, Justin and Fireburner. Well, Fireburner now has boost. But they were both low. Shot put straight down. Justin already there. K-Dub will try and get himself a block, but both players end up leaving it. 3.5 minutes of overtime. And we still no closer to knowing who is going to be the victor. Can it come from this opportunity? No, bounced off the post. Or off the side of the wall, I should change that. There's a big challenge though from Violent Panda. Turbo off the backboard. Who's going to be there for the follow? It's K-Dop! Almost managed to win. He got through the challenge, but couldn't get the ball to blast through the crossbar. NRG suddenly find the ball out. There's the shot. It's off the top of the bar, and it's in the net. NRG, match point.
Another defensive touch here from Turbo. He didn't make it there. I don't think he had the boost for it. He may have had a little bit, but Turbo, another defensive mistouch for Team Dignitas, will give the victory to NRG. I'm not used to seeing this, but I mean, I don't know how many people can actually make it through an overtime like that and not make a mistake.
It just seemed like the momentum was shifting backwards and forwards during that overtime. NRG spent the first part of it just in complete control, and then suddenly Dignitas had 2 solid minutes where they were just trying to find a way past, and a lot of the times, Carpet, it looked like they had.
Yeah, and the defender would just barely get there for NRG, and I really want to give a lot of credit to Dignitas, the way they played offense. 2 would go up for it, and that third man was still confident enough to challenge at the half field. He was always there to bail his teammates out, and he never wanted to be in a 2v1 situation because he knows what he's going to have to deal with. NRG will 100% take advantage and probably 90% of the time actually make a goal out of it. So they were keeping up the pressure at midfield, which is what they know they have to do, but you saw how often NRG would just barely get there for the save, and it's really all that matters is actually making it into the back of the net. Doesn't matter how many shots you take, and NRG are able to take that. They are now 1 game away from putting Dignitas in the lower bracket.
That's an incredible thought amongst itself, but this is really the match that everyone was looking forward to coming into this weekend, and I gotta say, it is living up to the hype. So we're gonna head ourselves over to Neo Tokyo, game number 3. Dignitas know the challenge ahead of them. They must reverse sweep NRG if they want to go through to the upper bracket finals. For NRG though, 1 game is all it takes. Starts us off, Turbo Pulsar, looks for a double tap. Definitely a little bit of a confidence builder there for Turbo. Violent Panda tries to try and play it past. This is a dangerous thing about NRG as well, as they're constantly trying to block. Just don't give up on their plays. If you do lever it into them, a very good chance that they will turn it into a goal for themselves. But hi, Justin is there. It's on target, it's in.
Accuracy from this man has been insane so far. Justin putting that in the upper 90 from what kind of angle? Beating out Violent Panda, smacks it into the crossbar, bounces straight in. I mean, NRG right now are in form. I've never seen them play like this.
Get rid of this rookie moniker on Justin. Match winner is a much better one right now because he is playing exactly like that. When push comes to shove, he is there to take the crucial shots, and he usually buries them. Justin, forward, Turbo Pulsar. That's a little bit of a bouncing touch. Fire Bennett is going to find Garrett. K-Dop gets it straight over. Violent Panda, though, will not be able to get there in time. Fire Burner pushes straight into the corner. Gonna try and see who wins the challenge. It is K-Dop. Justin places straight down. But I imagine if there was some more boost there on K-Dop, they could have tried for a passing play. This could be a good chance, but Justin already out. I want to see Team Dignitas try for something else now. They are getting these infield passes read every single time.
They did just try for a bump.
Violent Panda all the way back out. Turbo, you know he wanted that, but physics just did not agree.
Yeah, gravity happens sometimes.
Only to some of us. For some of these players, I'm not too sure. Violent Panda can't quite control. Turbo going to try and force the challenge for his own. He does win. It's the same thing every time from NRG. There is another head to the Hydra that you've got to try and get that ball past. Justin doesn't get contact. Here's Violent Panda's chance. And I tell you what, if anyone's going to hit it, it will be Violent Panda. He's on form.
Catching NRG off guard, there was a bump onto Justin, and I think that's maybe at least an attempted bump. I wasn't able to catch it, but I think that's why he had a little bit of a tough time trying to reach that. His teammates both grounded. Everyone had the boost for it, but they expected him to get that.
How annoying is that got to be for Team Dignitas? After the long overtime they just had, but they had so many great opportunities. It's the bread and butter of Rocket League. The backboard. Oh, wow. Justin with a phenomenal setup, but Garrett can't get there in time. K-Dop.
We can't talk much.
We can't. This game is too fast for any sort of other thought other than, wow, that is happening, and that is happening right now in front of our eyes. Off the corner, Justin launches away. DIGNITAS settling down once again. Trying to control that midfield. We are still tied up as we head into the second half of the game. Justin just going to launch long. Going to get demoed for his trouble. Now Turbo, he's got himself some space to work with. Tries to take it by himself. Maybe they know of the fact that they made the infield passes a little bit too obvious. Tried to do something a little bit different. Here's Violent Panda again. His shot accuracy's been great, but he's now set up Turbo Pulsar. And for the first time this series, Team DIGNITAS have a lead.
That mistouch there, trying to pass that to Garrett, and I think Violent Panda was a little bit disappointed he didn't put that on target, but that's why you got teammates, man. He had the support.
As long as it's in that area, you can get someone around.
Hey, I've said it a million times, the best passes are just missed shots.
Do you say it to yourself, or do you say it over people?
Both.
Nice. Turbo in the corner again. Really has stepped up this weekend, has Turbo Pulsar. Here's K-Dop, shot. Barely grazed the top of the ball. We actually asked Turbo Pulsar why he was sticking with the Batmobile. It's definitely not a car he's associated with. He said he tried out Octane a couple of days ago and just didn't feel right with it.
Midfield pass in place from NRG right now. They've got control, but DIGNITAS has the boost. They'll probably survive for a bit longer.
Nice flick up there from K-Dop. He set up Turbo Pulsar. Just trying to keep this ball out of NRG's reach. There is Garrett, can happily take control. K-Dop just wants to see if there is an opportunity for him and his 13 boost to make something happen. Possibility as well, almost managed to get there. Here's Turbo, puts the shot on target. It's just gonna bounce off the crossbar. You know Team DIGNITAS wanted that 2-goal cushion, but they won't get it there, but they can continue their offensive onslaught. K-Dop's still got 40, he's gonna try and bump around some people. Turbo, another big block, Turbo. He's not even making these 50-50s, he's making these 100 zeros, predicting where his opponents are trying to go. Now Violent Panda makes it a little obvious he wants to go from the wall. Infield pass to Garrett, off the backboard, he's still following! Oh, so close!
It did still force some defensive moves from DIGNITAS, but look at them, the counterattack. Both of these teams, K-Dop nearly dropping that in!
The best player in the entire field is the woodwork in this matchup. Phenomenal defensive play, there's an MVP award waiting for it. Violent Panda, straight to the corner, 30 seconds now is all it takes, and another goal certainly won't hurt.
This looks like this game's gonna go in favor of DIGNITAS, but they've still got a hill to climb. This save from Viburner, it's honestly the best he could have done. He would have needed support from his teammate to come across and clear that to the corner, but the pressure from DIGNITAS, the counterattacks are both of these teams.
It really is a toss-up in this matchup. It's just such phenomenal Rocket League. There's gonna be Turbo Pulsar. Oh, he's styling, he doesn't get it in. NRG putting the brakes on the style. Seems like DIGNITAS happy to keep playing at their fast pace. They don't want to put any sort of brakes on this. Fireburner with the clear. It's all but a formality at this point in time. We will see game number 4. Garrett is going to eventually put that one down. Team DIGNITAS picked up their first game.
Starting off this series, wondering if K-Dop was all here. Seems like he's shown up, but I don't think it matters. Turbo Pulsar showing up for the both of them. Turbo Pulsar right now is playing out of his mind, keeping that to a 2-goal lead for that match. They still have 2 more to go. That is the first game of a reverse sweep they need to try and take this series off NRG.
Yeah, but we take a look at the stats here. Donut shop for Fireburner. No goals, no assists, no saves, and no shots. Failing to find the mark in this match.
9 shots for DIGNITAS and only 2 for NRG. DIGNITAS had complete control that entire match.
Definitely do when you speak to players, they sort of recognize the fact that when you're playing, trying to get the first 2 wins, it's usually something very different to trying to shut out the series.
Yeah.
NRG are gonna have to try and find that series shutting performance against a Team DIGNITAS that are starting to look in form. I feel like I said this last time though, NRG, they took on Team Envy, they went 2 games up, Envy had a very good game 4, and then NRG flipped the switch yet again, they looked solid. I have no doubt that they're going to be really good heading into this next match.
I mean, to self-analyze, they just need to try and figure out what changed between the first 2 games and the one that just passed. Was it Team DIGNITAS or was it themselves? And if they can figure out what their opponents were doing, Team DIGNITAS did seem to pick up the pace You mentioned it. They were pretty much at 100 zeros. They were challenging and they were winning, which is what NRG had did the first 2 games. So what is the difference? Is it the pacing? Is it when they're challenging? Is it decisions? We'll have to see.
I'm so glad that was a hypothetical because I had no idea. Justin controls early. That's going to be a poor touch. Almost got himself dunked. DIGNITAS looking to continue where they left off. Consistent pressure above the halfway line. K-Up is low boost. Can't follow this one up. Garrett off the backboard. Turbo has missed as well. This is a big opportunity for Fireburner's shot. Not quite good enough there. It's low boost on everyone from DIGNITAS. I think I saw anyone apart from K-Up, who is currently playing the ball. He's going to give a good opportunity for his team to reset. But the midfield currently belonging to NRG. There was an infield passing option. They didn't quite take it. Still, in the better position right now until this big clear came out from Violent Panda. Happy just to launch the ball to one another right now. Off the side, Violent Panda can now turn. Gets demoed for his trouble. Now Fireburner, his touch might set himself something up, but K-Dop already there. Much slower starts this game. Shot, once again, just not really finding the great connection. DIGNITAS have allowed these shots to keep happening. They're struggling to control any sort of pace. And now Garrett, out, oh, what a double tap! Are you kidding me?
He's been looking for it all series, and he finally gets it. The support pass double tap. Oh my God, getting the dunk, followed by the touch onto the backboard.
He just sort of fell into it. He fell with style.
And Justin's not going to miss that shot.
Starting off in the perfect way for NRG. Telepulsar and the rest of Team DIGNITAS would love to just get some boost to start this one off. A double commit over in the corner means that this play away is going to be very difficult. Now K-Dop picks up that mid boost. Finally, Team DIGNITAS look like it can reset, but a double commit is going to make the rotation very difficult for them. Justin pulls off. Corner. Telepulsar tried to read it, couldn't quite get there, but Violent Panda already waiting over in the middle of his net. Now K-Dop asks the question of can he deal with that? He can, at least very well. NRG are slowing down the pace here. They've got the ball possession, and they're willing just to allow the ball to be played around. See if an opening will come to them. There's a poor ball touch there from Justin. Violent Panda is around, straight back down to Turbo. Oh, the pass just a little bit too high. Violent Panda keeping the pressure on. It's off the backboard. Justin against Turbo, but Justin will win. Now Garrett quickly transitioning. Here is going to be Justin trying to turn himself from goal saver to goal scorer. Unable to do so. But that's how quick NRG can turn this. Justin looking for the bump of Violent Panda, not quite there.
I mean, that passing play from DIGNITAS was almost undefendable if any of those shots had been on target.
NRG back into a good offensive position, seeing if they can get Team DIGNITAS to commit to a ball they can't quite reach. More boost stealing happening as well, as you just saw on your screen. Telepulsar, he's got 2 right in front of him, just taken away from under his nose.
2 minutes for Team DIGNITAS to keep themselves in the upper bracket.
Oh, here's going to be Violent Panda. He's actually been called off by Telepulsar, who has been demoed. Huge play there. And there's going to be another one, Garrett. Just a wrecking ball at this point in time. Now K-Dop launches long, just trying to get some space for his team to reset. As I don't think I've barely seen this ball ever in the orange side. Finally, might be able to try and turn this around, but it's another clear from Justin. And you are 100% correct, Carpet. A win here for NRG does move them on. Telepulsar gets it past. There's going to be Justin already there, though. The positioning from NRG solid just to lock the cage and not allow Team DIGNITAS to move, who have just been forced to play constant defense when they want nothing more to be playing constant offense. K-Dop playing a little bit of a distraction. The shot not quite good enough, and now Telepulsar misreads the touch. That means that the offensive play is now over for Team DIGNITAS. NRG trying to find that second that could potentially finish off the series. Infield pass is going to be beat, but Telepulsar not able to get enough of it before Justin was there. That's a slight danger to go for infield passes. 1 minute left now.
DIGNITAS being forced to spread out a bit too much to try and play defense and offense. So a lot of these short passing plays just really aren't there, but here we go. Turbo up to Violent Panda. He sees K-Dop, but K-Dop isn't able to reach it. He just ran out of boost.
They're only getting 1 or 2 opportunities, our Team DIGNITAS, and they're just not quite getting time to make them work out. Telepulsar uses all of his boost to win a ball that his teammates are not there to follow up. Turbo, he's got options, but K-Dop just is not that far back. These passes need to be so much more accurate. They want to have any chance. 30 seconds left now. K-Dop, big clear. Violent Panda there. It's going to drop down in a very dangerous position. Justin tries to get it away. K-Dop is not in position for that. Shot on target. NRG, 2 goals to nothing.
DIGNITAS almost had it, but they get punished. K-Dop cheating up, not ready for a pass that far back from where Turbo was positioned, and K-Dop will get punished. They had no choice. They had to push up. And now a 2-goal spread with 13 seconds.
The word is desperation from Team Dignitas. They knew they needed a goal. They knew they needed a win, but they couldn't get there in time. As we count down to what seems like an inevitable victory for NRG, and at this point it is confirmed. North America will be represented in the upper bracket finals. But the question now remains, Carpet, who's joining them?